After more than a year of court proceedings in which evidence was presented alleging that Sean Diddy Combs abused multiple women, his sentence has reportedly been reduced, meaning he could be released earlier than expected. The decision has allegedly enraged 50 Cent, with sources claiming he is furious over the possibility of Diddy walking free and is prepared to do everything in his power to stop it.
Sean Diddy Combs, it looks like he could get out of prison early, not that much earlier, but a little bit. The New York Post reports the rapper will now be released on April 25th, 2028, instead of June 4th of that same year, 2028. The early release reportedly comes after he went into a rehab program in November. Diddy has been in prison since his September 2024 arrest. In July 2025, he was convicted on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. He is appealing that ruling.
At this point, many people are questioning why Sean Diddy Combs was allowed to receive an early release. The official explanation reportedly points to good behavior, but critics argue that claim does not add up. Less than 6 months into his sentence, Diddy was allegedly caught violating prison rules after officials reportedly found alcohol in his cell during a private celebration. According to critics, that kind of misconduct should have disqualified him from any early release benefits and possibly led to harsher punishment instead, which is why the decision has sparked confusion, suspicion, and backlash online.
Toilet wine, on the other hand, is a fermented combo of Fanta, sugar, and apples. And though there are many variations, they are all alcoholic, which is the point, and all strictly off limits in lockup. But TMZ is reporting that Diddy has been caught with the stuff, this week in fact. He did have a birthday on Tuesday and was going to be moved to a new unit apparently as punishment, but the officials changed their minds according to the report. But that still leaves the question of Diddy's alleged newfound sobriety, which he made such a big point of emphasizing when he was sentenced, and whether this will have any impact on that sentence.
The only reason Sean Diddy Combs reportedly wanted to be transferred to the Fort Dix prison facility was to take advantage of its drug rehabilitation program, which can allow inmates to earn an earlier release through good behavior and staying drug-free. However, critics claim Diddy failed to meet those standards, alleging that he was caught making unauthorized phone calls to alleged victims and smuggling alcohol into his cell. Because of these reported violations, many people believe there may be another reason behind his early release, fueling speculation and controversy surrounding the decision.
But what a lot of people don't know, and why it is serious in prison, it could blow up. So if you don't know what you're doing and you don't let it breathe, as they say, it could actually be like a bomb. So it actually can blow up and everything will spray everywhere. But it can get you drunk, and it could also land you in the hole. So, I mean, I don't know as far as them saying he's going to move him out of the unit. I know it's a very serious ticket. I know he could lose his phone, he could lose commissary, and he could lose visits, and also maybe go to the SHU for up to 30 days or maybe more.
So, I mean, that's all serious stuff. I keep wondering about the sentence. Do you not think it's possible, especially since he campaigned, in his sentencing, that he was getting sober? He'd been working, on a sobriety at the MDC. And now he's at Fort Dix. And if this is true, if the report's true, might they say, well, screw it. You're not getting your 15% off your federal sentence?
Right. So it don't work like that. But every ticket in the feds, if it's a certain degree ticket, you will lose some good time. We call it good time. In New York State and federal prison is two different. You could actually lose your good time in New York State or any state prison and get your good time back. The feds, once you lose it, you can't get it back. So if he does lose 20 days, 40 days for this, he cannot get it back, or whatever they recommend for him to lose, because they will recommend days to be lost on this kind of ticket.
Suge Knight and Gene Deal both claimed they were not surprised by the outcome of Sean Diddy Combs' case, with Gene Deal alleging that Diddy had connections to federal authorities. Because of this, many people following the trial closely questioned why Diddy was arrested at all, especially after he managed to beat most of the charges against him. Critics argued that the verdict did not make sense given the alleged evidence presented during the case, including claims of extensive video footage that they believed pointed to criminal behavior, fueling suspicions that there may have been more happening behind the scenes.
How does it go on for so long You know, when we were on the street, we didn't get a day's rest. I mean, the government was all over us. The FBI is all over us. They got investigations on us. They got informants. They got surveillance equipment.
He was not cutting you off, but he was an informant for years.
Was he really?
Yeah. That's why when people was like, oh, he's going to run, oh, he's not. It's the reason why these type of people get caught up. They always been feeling they bigger than the law because they part of the law, you know? And as you know, all these people get tired of their rats sooner or later. Diddy is an FBI informant. He's been one a long time. So I don't believe that he's going to go to prison. And if he do, it'll be for something very, very small. It wouldn't be nothing what the people think. I don't think he's going to go nowhere long. And at the same time, you got to look at it. The best witness they had is KPD. KPD been an informant for a very, very long time. And KPD is getting ready to go to trial for the murder of Tupac. KPD said it. Everybody else know it. And KPD says the money came from Puffy, the Tupac, and myself. So if they really wanted Puffy that bad, KPD would have cut a deal with them, got on that stand, and broke it down. That would have been the RICO right there. That would have been higher right there.
Some critics believe that Sean Diddy Combs' alleged ties to federal authorities as a confidential informant may be the real reason he is reportedly being allowed to walk free despite multiple ongoing investigations connected to him. At the same time, 50 Cent has emerged as one of Diddy's most vocal opponents, with online speculation claiming that Diddy could even seek help from Donald Trump in an effort to avoid federal consequences. In response, reports suggest that 50 Cent is prepared to personally speak with Trump himself in an attempt to prevent any possible intervention or pardon from happening.
Puff was a millionaire. Him being a confidential informant, him getting money like that, it was favors. He been getting favors and been paying law enforcement people for years to protect him. You understand? To protect him. We had a lot of people on the payroll when we was doing security. Everybody had, somebody might have this first 10 hours, that 10 hours, or whatever. He was paying law enforcement. He had a budget for law enforcement. Now, if something goes wrong, those people got friends in certain places. Then plus he tells his handler, yo, can you make this go away for me? I'll give you this and that. Now, that could be a lot of speculations or whatever like that. But why would you have or be working for an FBI agent if you're not an informant? Why? So when you got that kind of money, you could hire people to make a lot of things go away for you.
50 Cent don't give a damn. He don't give a damn. He literally is saying he's going to reach out to Trump to remind Trump of the things that P. Diddy has said about him for the sole express purposes of making sure that Trump doesn't pardon Diddy in the event that Diddy gets convicted of trafficking and racketeering. That's what 50 Cent is sworn to do. And I got to admit to you, that's wild. Damn, you know you got an enemy there when the man want to go out of his way to contact the president, you know, and clearly he has some kind of inroads where he can get to President Trump so President Trump can hear him. He's basically saying, yo, brother need to go down. Brother need to go down and stay down. That's what he's saying. So if Diddy didn't have enough problems, having 50 Cent on your ass is a problem. That's a problem. That's the only thing I can feel from it at this moment in time. I would love for 50 Cent to tell us what exactly is his disgust with Diddy.
This is not the first time 50 Cent has reportedly tried to involve authorities in an effort to keep Sean Diddy Combs behind bars. Last year, after Diddy's legal team filed a request for bail, reports claimed that 50 Cent sent a letter to the judge urging that Diddy not be released. Now, the controversy appears to be escalating once again, as new developments yesterday added another dramatic twist to the ongoing situation surrounding Sean Combs.
Today, 50 Cent posted a letter.
Oh boy.
He said, "Dear Judge, I have an ongoing dispute with Puffy for over 20 years. He is very dangerous. Multiple times I fear for my life. I think you should consider the safety of the general public, Your Honor, before unleashing him upon them. There hasn't been enough time for him to reform or make any adjustments, despite him trying to teach a class there. Diddy's only going to return to hiring more male workers and keeping most of the baby oil away from the general public. And babies need it. My Netflix doc on his scandalous subject is coming soon." 50 played too much.
50 crazy.
50 Cent played a major role in bringing renewed public attention to the controversies surrounding Sean Combs, with many people crediting his documentary for reigniting discussion about past allegations connected to Diddy. After the Netflix documentary Sean Diddy Combs, The Reckoning aired and explored claims about Diddy's alleged connection to the murder of Tupac Shakur. Reports suggested that Tupac's family hired legal representation to further investigate those allegations.
Court TV has just confirmed that the family of Tupac Shakur is investigating a potential link between the murder of Tupac and Sean Diddy Combs. This coming from attorney Alex Spiro, who represents Tupac's family. Now, this investigation had been previously reported by unnamed sources, but earlier today, Spiro confirmed to our Court TV team that he and a team of investigators has been hired.
Sean Combs allegedly had business dealings with Dwayne "Keefe D. Davis, who will go on trial next March for the murder of Tupac. This was back in 1996. Some have speculated that Diddy ordered Tupac's death. That, of course, is just a theory at this point, and we are monitoring the developments in both the Tupac trial and the federal indictment of Sean Diddy Combs. So a lot of information to come on that.
Investigators connected to the case surrounding Tupac Shakur have reportedly indicated that additional criminal charges could still be possible as the investigation continues. At the same time, 50 Cent is said to have succeeded where authorities struggled for years by getting people close to Sean Combs to speak openly about their experiences and knowledge related to the shooting. According to reports and speculation online, some of those individuals trusted 50 Cent enough to share details they had previously kept private, potentially providing new insight into the long-running case.
Let me ask you this. I get it. When you have a case that's 5 years old, it's hard to get overwhelming evidence that meets the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt. When you have cases this old, no matter what Fiddy has found out and put in this documentary, do you see it at all ever possible that Diddy could be involved in a murder trial when it comes to Biggie and Tupac?
It could be possible, yes. However, like I said, they need a lot of corroboration to make that stick, because it's really alleged right now as to his involvement. It's not anything that's substantial or concrete that he was involved. It's personally from people talking about it and saying this is what happened. You need some more information to come forward to prove that.
Around the same period, Dwayne Keith Davis, also known as Keefe D, reportedly provided a statement alleging that Sean Combs was connected to the plot behind the murder of Tupac Shakur. According to the claims in that statement, Diddy allegedly ordered the hit, an accusation that 50 Cent had been publicly repeating for years. Supporters of 50 Cent argued that Keefe D's comments appeared to back up what he had long been saying, adding even more controversy and public attention to the case.
This also says that Davis was offered immunity during the Biggie Smalls investigation in the early 2000s. The filing reads, the three LAPD and FBI agents were part of a task force to solve the shooting of rapper Notorious B.I.G., also known as Biggie Smalls, legal name Christopher Wallace. The task force, through a sophisticated criminal investigation, obtained sufficient evidence that would prove Mr. Davis was the leader of the Southside Crips and his gang was responsible for over 360 kilos of cocaine and PCP. Mr. Davis provided 3 interviews to obtain immunity from prosecution. The final interview were solely questions regarding the Tupac Shakur shooting, which Mr. Davis was also provided immunity from prosecution. So during a December 2008 interview with investigators, that is when Davis allegedly started to spill the beans about his one-time friend, Sean Combs, who he refers to as Puffy. He claims Sean Puffy Combs solicited Mr. Davis to Suge Knight and Tupac Shakur for $1 million. Eric Zip Martin, an associate of Puffy Combs, provided Mr. Davis with a gun to exact revenge on Tupac Shakur for the beating Mr. Anderson received. Now, Davis reportedly told the investigators that even though the job had been partially completed and Shakur was killed, neither he nor Anderson ever got paid. He later revealed that he believes Combs had paid the go-between Zip Martin, who he claims kept the money for himself. And he said much of the same thing in a 2009 interview a year later, because according to the motion to dismiss, the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, as far back as 2009, was in possession of the same set of facts that the Clark County District Attorney is now alleging makes Mr. Davis responsible for the murder of Tupac Shakur. The Clark County District Attorney's Office has offered no reason as to why it waited another 14 years to prosecute a case against Mr. Davis. Mr. Davis has been irreversibly prejudiced by this unnecessary delay in prosecution of this case, and Mr. Davis's constitutional rights have been violated in an extraordinary manner never before witnessed in the annals of the American criminal justice system.
There's a couple things I'll share with you guys on what I took away from it. But Rob, maybe share the clip on how he got access to some of the footage of the documentary. Is this the one, Rob?
Yep.
Go for it.
How did you get that footage of Diddy?
I figured most journalists would not disclose their sources.
Does he know y'all have this in the doc?
I would doubt he knows.
So when this airs, that'll be the first time that his legal team, Diddy, that everybody knows that this footage is now seeing the light of day.
Perhaps. Combs' team firing back in a statement to NBC News, saying the Netflix so-called documentary is a shameful hit piece and that they relied on stolen footage that was never authorized for release. His team sending a cease and desist to Netflix.
The footage that 50 Cent included in his documentary, Interview. The most exciting part is that 50 Cent is reportedly just getting started. Sources claim he anticipated that Sean Combs would attempt to avoid consequences and is already working on a second part of his documentary. This upcoming installment is said to be even more controversial, allegedly containing footage that Netflix previously declined to include due to legal concerns. Reports also suggest that 50 Cent is willing to release the project for free on YouTube if necessary, even at a financial loss, if it helps ensure Diddy is held accountable.
I think he might be secretly sitting on a whole other docuseries about this. I got on 50's Instagram account today, and I was just like killing some time earlier, and someone had posted a video where they were talking about the whole documentary, and they put out a theory that they think that he has even more footage and that he potentially is going to have a whole second part of this that might release. Now, this is all alleged. None of this is confirmed. This is people talking on Instagram. But 50 posted something to his own account that sort of, in a strange way, addresses this, talking about how he does seem to have these interviews and that he did get some of these other victims on camera. And so I think he might be secretly sitting on a whole other docuseries about this.
Allegedly he said something similar to that on the Sherry Shepherd show. I hope so. When I tell you I went through all 4 episodes in one city and then went back and watched it again, I want more. And now that he got everyone talking, imagine if he got 22 million out the gate on that one, I'm sure there's more, because there was so many more things he could have covered.
It's important to note that Sean Diddy Combs is reportedly being allowed to leave early while still facing a new criminal investigation, with claims that several more could be announced soon. On top of that, there are said to be over 100 pending civil lawsuits connected to him. Some observers argue that, over time, even any alleged status as a confidential informant may not be enough to shield him from the full weight of ongoing legal pressure and potential consequences.
Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department is now investigating a sexual battery claim against Sean Diddy Combs. According to the police report, the allegation was made in September in connection to an incident from 2020. The National News Desk, Jeff Harris, joins us. And Jeff, details on this investigation, they're just beginning to develop, of course, but we do know the accuser is a music publicist and a producer. What more can you tell us?
So the allegations in this A battery investigation date all the way back to an alleged incident from 2020 involving Combs and a male music publicist and producer who says Combs exposed himself to him after being invited to a photo shoot. According to that police report, the accuser says he was invited to the shoot at a Los Angeles warehouse related to an upcoming project. At that shoot, the accuser alleges Combs began masturbating under a shirt while watching pornography and then exposed himself, telling the accuser to assist. The accuser says he didn't respond to Combs, who continued before throwing that shirt at him.
This is why Sean Diddy Combs is reportedly attempting to control the narrative. Less than a week after 50 Cent's documentary went viral, his company, Diddy's Kids, allegedly announced a partnership with Zeus Network to release a documentary sharing his perspective on the situation. The trailer reportedly also teases appearances from Sean Combs himself, suggesting the project will directly present his side of the story.
Diddy Combs' sons Justin and Christian are teasing a new docuseries about their family. Justin and Christian King Combs appear in a new trailer released December 28th to Instagram by Zeus Network's founder. In the trailer, Justin and Christian sit on a couch in a screening room while a series of headlines about their father cycle on screen. At the end of the trailer, Justin's phone vibrates and he answers a collect call from the Fort Dix Federal Correctional Institute, where Combs is currently behind bars. No release date for the docuseries is given, though the teaser says viewers can expect it at some point in 2026.
50 Cent released his documentary despite being aware of the potential risks involved, and according to some industry commentary, he has faced criticism from certain figures who accuse him of exposing Sean Combs too aggressively. Some reports and online discussions even claim that he has been labeled negatively within parts of the industry, while suggesting he may now be facing threats as a result. Gene Deal has also reportedly warned that Diddy could potentially retaliate, adding further speculation and tension to the ongoing public narrative surrounding the situation.
Bro, first of all, they're going to try to get his baby mama stories. You know, they're going to try to get 50 baby mama stories. They're going to try to get girls that he probably dated, that he had problems and issues with and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They're going to try to do the same thing they probably did to R. Kelly or Puff or whatever like that, and people tell their stories. You understand? But, you know, they're trying to retaliate on what he did. Let him go ahead, bro. Because I think he's ready for it. You don't do this, and you don't do the stuff that he did or sign on to the stuff that he did with Puff. Unless you got your shit in order. Don't throw no stone if you live in a glass house. Don't throw no stone if you live in a glass house. I believe 50 ready for it. If they come at him any kind of way. I heard that Diddy is trying to sue Netflix for $1 billion. Ain't nothing came up in court. That's just talk, bro. No paperwork has been put in and signed into that. They're going to have a reason. If they were suing him and he had enough reason, why they didn't cease and desist the thing? Huh? If he had a leg to stand on, why they didn't cease and desist the documentary? They're just people talking. Headline news. Because had it been filed in court and they had a leg to stand on, they'd have been bringing that stuff down. Oh, we can't show it no more.
There have long been conspiracy theories and public speculation linking Sean Diddy Combs to not only the death of Tupac Shakur, but also the unsolved 1997 murder of the notorious Big. Biggie was killed in Los Angeles in March 1997, just 6 months after Tupac's death, during the height of the East Coast-West Coast hip-hop feud. Since then, journalists, investigators, and music industry insiders have repeatedly revisited both cases, attempting to piece together what happened, though no definitive conclusions have ever been officially proven.
I seen an interview that Puffy did with Fat Joe where he was talking about Biggie in his last moments in LA, and he told Fat Joe that he didn't want to go to LA, he actually wanted to go to London. But Biggie, he was the one that wanted to go to LA, and he was the one that was pushing to go to LA.
That's not true.
My name is Kirk Burrows. I ran Bad Boy Entertainment. I helped co-found it. I created the company with him. I raised from general manager to president. And at that time, I put all of those business plans together. And Biggie didn't want to go to LA, ended up going. What got him out there was a week ahead of time to ease him into the whole award show. He may not have wanted to go to London, but was talked into it. First time ever, a rapper of your stature getting this treatment. That would be something he would be interested in doing, but he was easily talked out of it by Sean so that they can make an appearance at an event in LA that Saturday night. A part of the posturing of not only did we come to the award show, not only am I recording my album out here, and Big is gonna help me with some of the writing and maybe do something out here where me and him did this song in LA. I'm out on the town. And it was just too much.
Just look at how frightened the notorious Big was. He clearly knew that someone was after him.
Right now, like, how much are you exaggerating with you now as a rapper? Like, people coming to get you.
I ain't exaggerating at all, man. That's real, son. That's real, yo. I ain't exaggerating at all, man. The more money you make, the more problems you get. And jealousy and envy is something that comes with the territory, man. A lot of people, it's just negative energy, like my man Puff say. It just surrounds you. It makes you depressed, you know? So I got to rap about it. And that's one of the bad things about the game is when you get large, even your friends are turning against you, man. So I made a song about it.
But I mean, how real is your threat of like people constantly coming and wanting to shoot you?
Man, I mean, that's real. I think about that every day. Every day it's real. That's how real it is. I think somebody's trying to I'll be waking up paranoid. I'll be really scared. I'll just be paro.
If even half of what has been reported turns out to be true, this story is far from over. Sean Diddy Combs may be leaving prison early, but the investigations, lawsuits, and unanswered questions surrounding him continue to grow. His appeal was reportedly approved without any clear new evidence or major change in circumstances, which has led some observers to question the decision and view it with skepticism.
A human being now in custody for 50 months. Diddy was just sharing. Based upon conduct that a jury heard, the jury resolved, and the jury rejected. It is really a sad day for everybody.
I don't feel that way.
We are planning to appeal. We think we have strong bases to appeal. The strongest basis is that the jury reached a verdict on coercion. It found there was not coercion, and I think the judge said coercion today as a basis for a sentence at least a dozen times. The jury's verdict was resoundingly clear. There was no there was no racketeering. Everything was consensual. Everything was adult, which is why he was convicted only of the offense. What we feel happened today was that the judge acted as a 13th juror, one that we did not choose.
What do you really think is going on here? Was Sean Diddy Combs involved in the Diddy case and the investigation into Tupac Shakur?